Dopamine.
Yes.
Everybody's talking about it.
Everyone's talking about it.
But we get most of our dopamine off of our phones nowadays.
Cheap.
Is that a good thing, bad thing?
If it's manageable and it's purposeful, it's good.
And if it isn't?
If you're death scrolling, it's rewiring your brain. It's not good.
So let's go deeper into
Let's
that.
go.
Because this is, I mean, everybody has this problem. And we were talking about the algorithm a couple of minutes ago. And the example was the algorithm in China for TikTok isn't the same as the algorithm in North America. So the Chinese, I'm saying the Chinese, but the people over there want their people to grow up with intelligence, emotional awareness, emotional intelligence, empathy, the emotions we naturally have and aren't suppressing. Whereas the algorithm over here is just pushing brain rot and lots of AI slop nowadays, which is a very big problem, different conversation. But you're saying if it's manageable, if it's a couple of minutes a day and it's for our own benefit, it's fine. But if it's for a couple of hours, which most of us have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 hour screen time nowadays.
Oh my.
What do we do there?
You kind of have to take a break. You're addicted.
Yep.
And what do addicts need to do? Abstain. And this is the whole thing about dopamine, because dopamine is the source of many addictions, forms of addictions, and that it wires your brain into thinking that whenever I'm stressed or emotional, it could be any emotion. I'm bored, I feel stressed, I'm tired, I'm angry, I'm sad, whatever like this. And that dopamine, that ancient dopamine system is like, well, we know exactly what's going to make you feel better, huh? Or distract you. So boredom back in the days was actually a beautiful system for the brain, because when the brain was kind of like felt bored, this was where creativity sparked, right? But today boredom is actually rewired to feel like a stress. And so what do? Oh man, we all struggle with this. I struggle with this. I have to proactively put my phone away when I'm waiting in line for anything. Waiting in line is just excruciating. But I remember when I was young, I mean, you just waited in line, you start talking to people, you browse the National Enquirer or something like that. You just do something. It just like, it wasn't like, oh my God, this is horrible. You just do something.
You let your brain
wander and think. And it is painful. It's not comfortable to do that. And if you proactively catch yourself to do that, when you're taking transit, read a good old fashioned book, it's tough. It's tough because the automatic response that I get from a lot of people is like, well, I'm not scrolling on TikTok. I'm answering important emails.
Yep.
Power to you. But it still
has the same effect? It
doesn't have the same effect as dopamine, but it still has that urgency. It still initiates the fight or flight response. You see, there's something that it's called allostatic stress load. It's a theory in that if I asked you, Umar, what's stressing you out? You're saying like, no, I just got a lot to do. Well, just that might be an indication that your body might be feeling overwhelmed with things to do. So nothing in particular in life is causing your stress, but the list of things you need to do in your brain and you're feeling overwhelmed, that is interpreted by your subconsciousness, by your brain and your nervous system as this is stressful, which is why boredom is such a beautiful thing. Today we might call it meditation, using boredom proactively in order to quiet down the brain. And studies show that it works. Meditation
Makes
works.
A difference.
So if someone finds that they're addicted to their phones, there's a lot of, I hate to say it, but there's apps out there that will remind you of your screen time. And so you need to be conscious about that. You got to be aware. That's where it all starts.
From within.
From within.
We
You
were
got to be,
talking about
holy
this actually.
crap.
So
That's like,
you can't change a person unless they want to change themselves. And to do that, they have to understand that they have a problem. And addiction, when you talk about the word addiction, it's somebody has a heroin addiction. Yeah. Somebody's an alcoholic. Somebody is smoking too much ganja. Like, you don't think I'm addicted to my phone. And then on that topic, people are also addicted to food. Yep. Sometimes we confuse hunger with addiction.
Yeah.
But that's a like this is, to me, like you were talking about stress, and I have this thing where I have a very long list of things to do.
Yeah.
All the time.
Sure.
But that's my life. I'm happy with it. And sometimes I'm thinking, am I stressed or am I just overwhelmed? But you're saying just the fact that I have such a long list of things to do is going to cause me stress.
Might. We're all different. When you say I am taking on a lot of mental load, just the feeling of feeling overwhelmed and how you do it. See, the amount of stress that you can handle might not be the same amount of stress that I can handle. And you know, one of the best things is that you can actually train yourself to handle, and that's called resilience. And so you are more resilient to stress, and physical stress because you're working out, psychosocial stress because you're working out.
You're building tolerance.
Do you know that your physical strength can actually reduce your stress and anxiety, even if it's just sitting in traffic?
Really?
True. Think about it. Survival had to have a physical response. Run away or fight or flight it, right? And we have different body types. We have the skinny person who loves to run.
Ectomorph.
Thank you. Yes, the ectomorph, who is preferentially going to run. And then you have a person like me who's more of the endomorph, saying like, I can't run as fast as this guy. Whatever's after me is going to catch me. So I'm going to turn around and say like, come at me, bro. And that ensures the survival of our species. These two extreme reactions will ensure that if all of us were running away and something's faster than us, then we all die. But if all of us can't run, we decide to fight, then we all die. In this situation, at least our species survived because some of us were very adapted to the situation and not. Now, superimpose modern society. Some of us are very well adapted to modern society and some of us are not. It's always going to be that way. Now, your strength, you're hitting the gym. You are able to contend with this stress. And there's a beautiful experiment that was done with the Doppler effect. We know that the sound, how it comes towards you increases in pitch. That is actually quite stressful to us. If you're just sitting on the street and you hear something coming towards you, like it comes like, oh my God, something's coming towards me. It's much more stressful than something going away. Okay. Right. Now, if you were weaker, if you were suffering from illness, or if you were just completely out of shape, your brain will adapt to the situation by making the sound louder and as if it's closer to you. It's like your brain is saying, you know what, we can't run, we can't fight, so I'm just going to give you a head start and like hope for the best.
What?
So the stronger you are, the more adversity you contend with. And adversity is adversity. I don't care. Nature doesn't care. If it's physical, made up, imaginary, psychosocial, physical, it doesn't. Adversity is adversity and it's going to respond exactly the same way. And I use the example of a handshake. Grip strength is independently associated with longevity. What does grip strength mean?
With longevity?
With longevity. That means that the stronger your grip, the longer you live. Why? Because it is an indicator of your other total body strength. So that's in the survival layer of evolution. But I found it so fascinating and kind of funny when I talk about this to my audience that the next layer of evolution, mating, this is actually a very desirable trait. When a woman looks for a man who can open a pickle jar, she doesn't know this, but this is a very attractive feature.
Yes.
And she might not be like, oh my God, I'm turned on like this. She could be like, oh good, he can open a pickle jar. Trust me, if you're not able to open up a pickle jar, she'll be like, So this is not, oh my God, I love pickle jar opening men. No, it's because they said like, if ever he needs to carry me and my children, I trust that he's able to do that. That's a deep down issue. And even the handshake arises from this. The handshake is, I don't know you, you're a strange man, you're potentially dangerous, but I'm going to open up myself to you. You can attack me if you want, but I trust you. But here, hold my hand, shake. See how strong I am? Don't piss me off. I can do this. But if the same person falls down with an illness that makes him physically weaker, his handshake will weaken, telling the other person, be careful with me, man. You're probably going to be able to take me if you want to. I'm just not in shape. We see this. People who are morbidly obese, out of shape, are naturally more vigilant, hypervigilant, anxious. They're afraid of
hypervigilance. This is something that's really interesting to me. Can you go deeper into what hypervigilance means?
It just means hyper aware of potential dangers around you. So if there's a problem, you're more likely aware to see this as a potential problem than an actual problem. So, and this is where reality and delusions sort of like overlap, because the more out of shape you are, the more like you live in the world of what if. There are gender differences, and then one example that I use is a hole in the jungle wall. You know, that little hole could be something small like this. But someone who's very anxious or hypervigilant will think, oh my gosh, a saber-toothed tiger can come through that hole. Very unrealistic. But once that idea catches on, that's like, oh my gosh, I've been asking my husband to fix this hole, and he just doesn't think that I need to worry. Obviously, he wants me and the kids to die.
Isn't that pessimism, though?
But that's the human brain. The human brain was designed to make you survive by looking at all the problems around you.
Every single... Wow.
Our brain is a potentially danger prediction machine. This is why we love bad news. This is why we're drawn to drama. Because we don't survive by hearing the good news. We survive by hearing the bad news and thinking like, God, I hope that doesn't happen to me, or thank God that's not me, or thank God, you know. So you can change that, but it has to be proactive. You have to think that, and it comes through resilience as well, mental resilience in this case. Should I worry about this? Is this in my control? Is this something that I can do something about? No? Then I have nothing. I should not be even thinking about this.
Wow.
Which takes a lot of training. It takes a lot of work to do that.